Kristine was coming into camp at the same time I was like icing on the cake.
It's remarkable, kind of. I mean, everything that she's accomplished is something that everyone else would dream of, you know?
Growing up, that's somebody who I looked up to, and somebody who changed women's soccer for the world and especially for our countries.
I still have a poster of her in my room right now.
So now to be able to play next to her and with her is pretty amazing. And
it's a great experience to see her out here, and hopefully she gets into the games and she can set that record for us that I don't really think anyone else can touch. So.
It was funny, I was coming back in from practice with the Breakers and I was just checking my messages and I just saw that there was a message from Pia and I was like, could be two things. Something's going on with the national team or she's just calling to say hi. So I checked the website to see what was going on and I saw that there was 2 games in March. I'm like, okay, so maybe this is a call-up. And it was. So I was surprised. I think I talked to my local paper reporter about it because he had heard. I go, anytime you get called up in the U.S. team, it's an honor. And I mean, when I got the call, I was like, shoot, who says no to that? You know, so that was my first instinct. And obviously I didn't say no, so it's such an honor. And if I get an opportunity to dress for the games coming up, it's gonna be so great to put on that jersey again and step out there. This past fall was the first time I had a real off season. I mean, with the national team, these guys obviously been going since the Olympics. It was the first time I had a period of 5 months to really prepare for the Breaker season. My body's physically probably the healthiest it's been, so that to me is good. I'm fit, still got to get game fit, but that's going to come in the next couple weeks, and I just feel good. Obviously, as a player, come in to do your best. I want to make the roster. I think that's any player's goal that comes into a training environment. And then kind of see how it all goes. Obviously, Pia has her goals set for the team, what she needs, and I do as well, you know, so obviously it's the first time back and I want to see how it all fits with the family, with where I am in life and all that, and see what happens. So, well, we'll see. That's all I can say right now. I mean, I'm having fun, and I think that's really important. I think having a child does all that. It changes your perspective on life. It changes, and everything you do, it changes because it's no longer about you. You can have your goals, you can have your job and do that, but you still, when you look this way, you have a kid. You know, everything's so dramatic, and then when you have a kid, you're like, well, really, is it that bad? You know, like, that was a bad pass, yeah, but we can get over that. You know, oh, I still want to win. I'm still competitive. I still want to win. Losses still hurt as much, but they hurt, and then she comes running over to you, and you're like, okay, you know, I'll get over that. We'll move on to the next thing. So that she just adds a perspective that it's not life or death. Say, go U.S. You know, when those guys retired at 04, you know, Jules, me, and Joy, they were pretty, you know, they were in a spot where I'm done. And I remember thinking, I'm like, should I be done too? You know, because we all kind of went in together, and I didn't know if I could play without him. It'd be really strange. But a part of me was like, I'm not done yet. And I felt like if I did that, then I would have been regretting it. So when they left, I just had a little bit more in me. And I think those couple years from when they retired to the World Cup, you know, I was still playing some good soccer, so I was happy with that. Well, shoot, they're always like, well, you're going to get 500 caps, or shoot, you're going to play with my kids one day. You know, that's what's so great, those guys. I mean, they could bust on me and say all the great things, but then when I got the call up, you know, Jules called me. She's like, I'll see you in the second game because I'll be covering it. Mia called, and Brandy sent a text and call, you know, and Tish. Like, all these guys were like, oh, congrats. It's great to hear. About time you're back in there. And I still want to compete, and I think I still have that fire left. Whether my fire is really burning or still small, it's still a fire, and that to me is what keeps me going. And hopefully in the process is kind of teaching the younger kids that you can play as long as you want. You have to commit yourself. You have to, you know, dedicate your time and make it happen if that's what you want. I'm trying to figure out the goals I have right now because I think coming in, I'm like, I wasn't expecting it. I would look at this time period as just extra time, but also an opportunity.
A warm welcome back for Kristine Lilly.
Well, Kristine Lilly has just been such a mainstay with this team. Her being in this game now represents playing in 4 decades, which is just unbelievable. She started out on this team when she was 15 years old.
Picks up her 343rd cap today with the U.S.
I don't think anybody's ever going to touch that.
The goal for me now is to make a roster for the next game. Baby steps right now. But you know, Pia called me in for these 2 games, and you know, I made this roster, so hopefully we'll play today where I can get a shot at the next game against Mexico. Right now, I'm just enjoying it and glad to have the opportunity to come back and play.
Who's your partner there?
Say, can you say hi? No, look at the camera.
Go grab him.
Can you say hi? This is Sydney.